Hey guys, Dark Silver Jesse here. Um, well, I've got a political rant. Just a warning, political rant. I'm seeing a lot of people out here posting, "Hey, Kanye's running. I know he isn't in my state, but I'll write him in." And let me remind you guys, this is the guy that ran up on stage and disrespected not one, not two, but three different Grammy winners because he thought someone else should get the Grammy. Most notably, Taylor Swift. Nobody really talked about the other two, which, frankly, I didn't even bother looking up who the other two were. I just know he did it because I was watching. They were R&B rappers, or R&B artists, rather. Sorry, I'm heated. I'm making this video in haste after, well, yeah. Right now, your three options for President of the United States is Donald Trump, Kanye West, and Joe Biden. I know a lot of people out there have the anti-Trump mindset. A lot do, and a lot on my Facebook friends list do. And that really disturbs me because it blinds you to actually analyzing who he's running against. Biden. Where to start with him? Okay. The guy has had more child related how to put it inappropriate touching of children, making them uneasy during meetings, meet and greets. The children coming forward saying, "I didn't like being around him. Please don't bring me near him again," including one senator's wife who, on camera, got the look of, "Oh God, what the heck is this guy doing?" And he can't put together a coherent sentence, which most of us can't. I mean, I'll go ahead and say that. When we get argumentative, we can't put together a sentence. Like me right now, I'm angry. My heart's racing. I am trying to think as I'm going, and it doesn't always pan out. That being said, his comment on Fox News and CNN and a few others that he's done interviews with here lately have been outright cringeworthy. About like this video. On Fox News, he was being talked to. I don't know the guy's name. I didn't take the time to learn his name. I don't watch it that much. But he openly asked the guy, "Are you on cocaine? Do I need to test you for cocaine? I don't need a competency test. I don't need a cognitive assessment test." I'm sorry. The interviewer was black. The fact that he assumed the guy was on cocaine is right in line with New York 1963, whenever the police were caught going undercover, putting cocaine into black neighborhoods to try and get these guys addicted. And they perpetuated crack in the hood, so to speak. The fact that he would even use that comment is severely racist. Not to mention demeaning to the interviewer. Just in general, white, black, red, it doesn't matter. Asking him if they're on drugs for asking him if he's had a cognitive test, when a week earlier he openly said he takes them all the time. I'm sorry. If you are taking a cognitive test on a regular basis, that means someone in your circle is worried about your cognitive abilities and is trying to monitor them. that is not a good sign to take them regularly. So he's got inappropriate touching of children. Obviously, his own campaign worries about his cognitive ability. He can't keep a sentence going for nothing. And his what are they called? Basically, the people backing him on his campaign, the people, his supporters, his backers, everyone's telling him, do not debate Trump. You will lose if you debate Trump. Well, that says a lot about a person. If they are not able to make a decision on the fly, which debates, you have the questions ahead of time. You have time to come up with answers. And if they do not trust him in that situation where they can just hand him the answers for the questions that could possibly be asked, what's he going to say to Putin? What's he going to say to the Chinese government leaders, the German government leaders, the Afghanistan and Iraqi, the Middle Eastern leaders, the ones who are so on a knife's edge? What's he going to say to Kim Jong-un? The dude's ready to nuke us, but he's backed off because of Trump. That says a hell of a lot. The guy has hated us since the 80s, and Trump has him standing down. That says a whole hell of a lot. But Biden is going to wind up mouthing off and pissing someone off. Not to mention, all of his Democratic backers are in support of pedophilia. Age is just a number. Yeah, I don't want a 43-year-old man dating a 3-year-old. I don't want him to walk away because a toddler came up and gave him a hug and he decided, hey, let's get married. Any person with a brain would knock the fucker out. I don't care if YouTube censors this. I don't care if I get shadow banned or blacklisted. If you see a pedophile, if you think, if your internal parent is telling you that person's a pedophile, call them out on it. If they get defensive, pay attention to what type of defensive they are. Because, I'm sorry, I grew up in a tight group of 4 people. I'm not going to name names. I wanted to. I was about to. But 4 people roaming around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of that group, 3 of the 4 turned out to be sexual assault people, 2 of which were pedophiles. Now, growing up, I did not have the parental instinct. Looking back on it now, after experiencing it now, I can see it. Holy crap, do I see it. And it is disturbing because I can see it in so many people. I saw it in a guy at the gas station the other day. A rogue man driving around in a minivan, had several kids in the back. Sure, the parents trusted him. He's good to the kids. He does well with kids. Okay, generally that's a parental figure. If somebody has a parenting instinct, that would be it. But the vibe this guy gave off was that he was attracted to the kids. Because of the way he argued with the kids was the kind of argument you'd give to someone that you wanted to consummate with. And it sent a chill down my spine. I called it into the cops. I had the guys tagged. I did. They looked into it. I never got a call back, but I saw it in the paper that they busted him with 17 and a half hours of child pornography. My pedo sense is going off on Biden so bad. It's disturbing. Moving on to Kanye. I'm at 10 minutes. We'll move on to Kanye. Kanye. Rude. Thinks he's better than everyone. And honestly, I don't think he has any government experience. 3 years he was under investigation by the IRS for tax evasion. He wound up paying said tax, but I don't think that was him. I think that was his financial people, the people that do his finances for him. I'm not going after him based on race. Entirely not. I'm going after him on character. And the character I have seen publicly is just awful. His music, back in the day, back whenever I was in my early 20s, I was dancing to that stuff. He made decent music back then. Somewhere along the lines, he went to crap. Honestly, I couldn't tell you a recent Kanye song in the past 10 years. Which I myself, I'll admit it, 35. So since I was 25, I don't know of any song that this guy's put out. And that says a lot. I can tell you what bootleg consoles he's put out, what kind of scandals he's gotten into. He's a money hunter. And you can tell that he blew all his money early on whenever he was making music. Because he went after, well, we all know who he went ahead and married. Then he wound up with the cases against him. I'm not going to quote him here. To where that relationship split, got back, split again. And at this point, the last information I heard was they had split. I don't know. Maybe they got back together. Maybe she's just a moron. I don't know. But it's proving more and more to me that Kanye is not a good person. And someone who is not a good person can't hope to be a good leader. I myself am not a good leader, but that's because I have certain aspects of my life that need straightened out first. I understand that. I move on. Trump, loudmouth, but he's also a businessman. He knows how to deal with foreign associates. That's how you do business. Right now, America is in severe debt. And if you watch the business news, the entire world is in severe debt. Governments all over the world are scrambling to try and make enough money to keep from having other countries fault on them. Right now, the way the world is set up, Australia could be owned by Germany, China could own America, Japan would own Canada, United States would own Great Britain. We would all shift all over the world because of the debt. And honestly, I think there needs to be a international auditor who goes in and takes the debt and shuffles it and goes, okay, we'll use your debt to pay off your debt, to pay off your debt, to pay off your debt. And then, boom, everything will equalize and very few countries will have debt left. I actually think the United States would be in hundreds of millions, if not low billions, rather than $36 trillion. If we did that, because of how our debt's spread out and who owes us money back. Trump knows this, he sees this, and he's probably, if it weren't for the whole virus going around, that he would have already sorted this out. Do I believe COVID-19 is as bad as they say it is? No. Do I know people who have lost people legitimately to COVID-19? Yes. I know of 3 people who have lost someone specifically to COVID-19. I know of 5 people who lost the battle with COVID due to prior medical issues. Out of all that, there's 73,000 people in my county. Only 2 have died. Yet they say 5,000 have it. I don't think so. Take the money away from the hospitals as far as bonuses for dealing with it. One thing I've learned through many a years in retail service and just the service industry in general, if you say, I will give you a bonus of $1 for every fork you have to wash as a dishwasher. Okay. There's only 500 forks in here. That's $500. Okay. For some reason, the dishwasher now has $3,000 added to his thing, even though there's only 500 forks. Why? Well, this fork didn't quite make it. It went through the dishwasher. I'll wash it again. Hey, guess what? There's another count. What we're getting is people flubbing the numbers to make more money. You give money for handling something that you cannot personally monitor. You're trusting greedy individuals to be honest whenever it comes to money, and that does not work. Take away the bonus for dealing with COVID, you'll watch the numbers flatline, if not fall. Are people getting sick? Yes. People get sick from COVID every year. You don't realize it's COVID because COVID goes by 7 different names. One of which I know you'll recognize is SARS. Sorry, gotta readjust here. SARS is one that all of us recognize, and we all recognize that it was really bad in China. We didn't really have it that bad in America, nor Europe. Little bit in Africa, but mainly your Asian countries dealt with SARS. Why? Their population density is ridiculous. At least the monitored population density. China, population density is actually less than America if you want to get down to the numbers. But because the Chinese government has put out money to build cities, to move people into the cities to try and force them to be America, they only monitor those cities. They don't monitor the farms. They don't monitor the countryside. So their population density is strictly on those cities that they've crammed people into. Oh, this is getting to be a long video. 30 seconds left. Basically, Trump is a loudmouth. We know it. But he can control the other countries. Biden can't. And Kanye will just piss them all off. So, that's my opinion. Take it if you will. This is Dark Silver Jesse signing out. Have a good one. Peace.